This is really, really, really fun. This is really fun. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. It is Independence Day
Weekend.
weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we made a promise to ourselves, but more importantly, we made a promise to you that we would continue our marathon live streaming for 26 days straight. And that is without stop. How you doing there, Karen?
I'm doing pretty good. Been enjoying the day. Hope you all have as well. And yeah, it's 26 days. Yesterday was the halfway point.
Wow, we
Yesterday
got
was
there halfway.
13 days.
I can't believe it.
So today is day 14. So welcome to day 14 of the Focus Marathon. We're so glad to see folks starting to come in and join us for tonight's conversation.
Oh, this is going to be a good one. I know this is going to be another good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Karen, we are actually, just for those who are looking, we're actually remote. We're actually spending some time with family members.
Mm-hmm.
And even though we're doing that, we're taking a moment out from our time with family and friends to actually still do this live stream marathon that we're doing. We're nonstop. So I hope you're appreciating this. But man, it's just so much good stuff.
Yeah, lots of
So
great
much good
stuff.
stuff. And
Lots
we
of
don't
great
want to
stuff.
stop. We want to keep it going. So tonight is just like those other nights. We want to keep going with some fantastic information, education. We have a return guest.
Yes.
This guest came and blessed us a few days ago.
Yep.
With talking about career transition.
Mm-hmm.
And he volunteered to come back.
Yeah.
And bless us at a deeper level. We're going to go a little bit deeper here. We're going into the water a little waist high today. We're not just putting our foot in the water. We're going waist high and above today. So deeper. So let's go ahead and without further ado, go ahead and get this show rocking. Don't forget, tomorrow is Independence Day. And guess what? We will be back on Independence Day. We have an Independence Day message for you.
Mm-hmm.
We will be on live back in our regular setup and have a conversation with you then. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this show rolling.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to have my iPhone ready and just taking all these notes that are going to come up. I'm excited. So
I'm super excited as well. So this gentleman was with us on Wednesday last week, which I think was June 29th. I believe that was the date. If you didn't get a chance to check out part 1 of our conversation on career transition, definitely make sure you check out the YouTube channel. It's listed there. It's also been shared on LinkedIn.
Oh,
so
I forgot to mention that. Welcome to our new LinkedIn viewers. We have our Facebook, our standard YouTube visitors, but just yesterday we started being able to reach out and stream on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Woohoo! That's a good one.
So the video about career transition is listed on LinkedIn, and that was part 1. And the speaker was William Craig, and we're actually so thrilled and honored that he agreed to come back to be with us this evening. He's going to do a part 2 to the conversation. And as Antonio already said, going deeper in this conversation. Yeah. So I'm just going to, if you didn't hear him on Wednesday, as I said, check that out when you get a chance. But I'm going to give you a little snippet of his bio. He's going to give you a lot more about him and sort of the work that he's doing. But I'm going to give you a little bit of information about him just so you have some sense of who's coming. And if you missed it on Wednesday, this will be your first time hearing. If you heard it on Wednesday, it's just a refresher for you. But tonight, we have William Craig III. He's coming to us. He is an expert career transition coach. He helps job candidates utilize LinkedIn profile optimization, interviewing, networking, and research skills to find their dream job and get hired in 6 to 12 weeks or less.
Oh, that's good.
William, I'm going to be calling you because I may have some follow-up questions, just personal, but we'll talk about that offline. We're going to talk about that offline. He is blessed to have trained older workers, so baby boomers and above, Gen Xers, millennials, and he's done a lot of work as an adjunct faculty member, and he's helped launch the careers of these different generations. He's been phenomenal. His work is revolutionizing the pursuit of employment for millions who are unemployed, underemployed, or simply unhappily employed. And
Ooh,
we are so thrilled that he's back
man.
again because he's here to help us too. So, y'all, get your notepads, get your iPhones, your iPads, whatever it is that you use to take notes. Get ready to get some notes, and he's going to share with us tonight. So, everyone, please join us in welcoming William Craig to the Focus Marathon, day 14.
Oh my goodness gracious. I am so excited to be with the Cheeks group. Cheeks and Cheeks. Oh, we
That's
got both
right.
sides of the cheeks.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. Let me tell you, man, growing up with that name as a kid was brutal. You know how kids could be, but then I learned to love it. It was a good conversation piece, boy, I tell you.
And then, and then you learn that adults can be even worse, right?
Yeah. They can be. They can be. But hey, Mr. Craig, so happy that you decided to come back and bless us, man. Before we even get started, I did see one quote by our fabulous friend, and they were saying that today. Let me see if I just want to bring this up. I know you want to go ahead and get into it, but he said more than knee deep. He said, I feel a baptism coming
I
from
love
Brother
that.
William tonight. A baptism is about to happen. Man, I love it. I feel the same way, Mark. Let's get it going on. Let's get it going.
Look, I'm gonna have to send some ties to Mark over here. But
I
I'm
like that.
humbled as always for your kind words, the kind words and well wishes of your audience. Thank you so much. Yeah, we do have a bunch to talk about. And let's see here. I guess the best way to get started is just to say that tonight you all requested a biblical focus for a successful career transition. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. The other day, as you said, what was that? Wednesday, June 29th, we spoke about the focus on a successful career transition from our own strength. But how many
Mhm.
know that you can't always do everything in your own strength, or you shouldn't do everything in your own strength? At some point, you need to realize that there's a helper who is available to get you through the tough times. But even more important than that, are you ready for this? There's
Uh-oh.
a helper who is ready to get you through the good times.
Mm,
I'm going to
mm.
let
Mm-hmm.
that sit for a minute because so often we want to look at the tough times and I need help to get through the tough times. But do you know mistakes are made during the good times? Do you know that we
Yes.
go
Yes.
astray when things are going well, when we got a pocket full of money and our honey is loving up on us? We can make bad decisions even in good times. So tonight we're going to focus on the biblical side of how we should train our minds and have a successful career transition. All right, so let's get into this here.
Okay.
First of all, who's going to benefit from this information? Well, as I always like to say, why not start with YO, but especially you?
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, whether you need it now or you need it later, at some point you may need it. And as mama used to tell me, it's better to have it and not need it than
Mm.
need it and
And
not
not
have
have it. Yep.
it. All right.
That's one of our
So,
favorite sayings around the house.
so y'all were listening to my mama speak as well. All
That's
right.
right.
Yep.
That's right.
So why should you listen to what we've got to say? Once again, if, big word there, huge little word, if you take action, it will change your life, but not just your life. Can't be selfish with this stuff. It's going to change the lives of others as well. And we'll get into that a little bit more as we focus. Who am I? I'm just a little skinny kid from Harlem who was just blessed to have some opportunities. And I've done a lot of things, seen a lot of faces, gone to a lot of places. Here, let me write that down. That sounds like good song material. But in all seriousness, I've got a lot on the plate that I can look back and say, thank you, Lord. That's the bottom line. If truth be told, thank you, Lord. Because when I see the guy that's sitting on the street, when I see the guy that's living in the park, I can't help but to say, there but for the grace of God,
Mm,
go I. Because let me
hmm
Mm-hmm.
just tell
hmm
you, you see me, I'm looking good tonight. Y'all didn't have to tell me that. Self-affirmation is a powerful tool.
Love
I
it.
look
Mm-hmm.
in the mirror and say, boy, you look good. But look, I look good tonight, but I've made some crazy decisions in my life. I've messed up a couple of times. And so when I think about where I could be based on the decisions that I made, the bad choices, is there anybody in the audience who's made some bad choices? If you're watching this live tonight, just put in the chat, me too. Me too. Let me know that I'm not by
Mhm.
myself.
That's right.
Me
That's right.
too. Made some
Go
bad
ahead and put it in
decisions,
there.
made some bad choices. And here we go. I am grateful. I am grateful. I remember uh, Gladys Knight had a song out called "You're the Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me." Great
Mhm.
song. And Reverend James Cleveland came along and he redid the song. And at one point in the song, when they're talking about you being the best thing, he said, "I don't know what Gladys Knight was talking about, but Jesus is the best thing that ever happened to me." That's my rough version
That's all right. I
of,
love it.
of
Yeah.
James Cleveland, huh?
I don't know if it was
But
a mix of Cleveland and Armstrong or
Louis
something. Louis
Armstrong.
Armstrong.
see, 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 okay, that's not the part where you're supposed to be jumping in.
Right,
Oh,
Okay.
right.
oh, oh,
Okay.
oops.
My bad. My bad.
And hey, we got some folks here. Mark chimed in, said me too. Tanya chimed in, said me too. Lakina chimed in, said me too. And Jahari chimed in, said me. So okay, I feel better. I can go on now. All right, so let's do this. Let's move along swiftly. Yeah, I've been featured in Black Enterprise. I've been on TV. I've been, man, I go in places and people go, "Are you that guy on TV?" And I always say yes, because it's true. Now, I don't know what they were talking about, but at the end of the day, like I said, I've been blessed. Here's one of the books that I wrote, Keep Your Identity to Yourself, about identity theft protection. I actually built a business around the book, had an idea, just like you all had an idea about doing a 26-day focused marathon. Eyes have not seen, I proclaim, ears have not heard, neither has it entered the hearts of men what good things God's going to bestow upon you because you love him enough to share your gifting with his people. You got that one for free. I'm not going to charge you for that one, okay? Um, and I went on to become the top for about 2.5 years, the top voiceover artist on the Fiverr platform. And I tell you, I'm just humble. But here we go. As you all heard, part of my story the other night, it wasn't always this way. There was a time where I was sitting at the kitchen table, just wondering which way to go. I was sitting on the dock of the bay song, watching the tide roll away, watch the sun come up, watch it go down. Didn't know where my next job opportunity was going to come from. And so much of what I teach now for my private clients and the clients that I serve with the organizations that I work with is born out of my own pain. Born out of my pain. So why was there a pregnant pause there? Because some of you are you've hit a pain point right now, and little do you know that God is actually setting you up so that you can use what you're learning through this pain point so that you can be a blessing to others. So the hint there was you need to be learning something. So if you're going through pain, don't complain. Learn so you can earn on the backside. Because truly, COVID didn't happen just to you, COVID happened for you. Oh my goodness. He's dropping them nuggets again, Antonio. They're not chicken nuggets either, right? All right. So here
That's
we
right,
go.
my man.
Tonight, our focus is on, here we go, biblical focus for successful career transition. And yes, Mark, God does he not only finds purpose, he creates purpose in our pain. He creates the purpose in our pain. We can't see it, but he knows that it's there. So, our focus for this evening, our focus scripture is going to be coming from Psalm 90 and 17. And, I had in my mind a different way that I wanted to go with this, Karen. But one thing about I'm still learning, not perfect at this, but I'm learning to hear that still small voice when he speaks to me. And so he's like, nah, I don't want you to use that one. I want you to use this one. So we'll look at what it says in this next slide here, but we're going to look at several translations, and then we'll come to the one that we're going to land with tonight. Is that all right? All righty. Thank you. I see your heads going up and down. So first of all, the King James Bible says, and let the beauty of the Lord our God be upon us, and establish thou the work of our hands upon us. Yea, the work of our hands, establish thou it. So first of all, he's talking about beauty, and he's saying, let that beauty of the Lord establish the work of our hands. And he, in other words, he wants God, he's saying, God, I want you to take that beautiful thing that you have created and just smear it on me, and smear it on me so that I can do what it is you call me to do. The New American Standard Bible translation says, may the kindness of the Lord our God be upon us, and confirm for us the work of our hands. Yes, confirm the work of our hands. So first we're looking at beauty. Now we're looking at kindness. And then we say establish it. When we establish something, what are we talking about? You know, who is it? Colonel Sanders established Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? He's the one that made the way for it and got it started. And then here we go. In the New American Standard, it says confirm that thing. So once it's established, once it's gotten started, and sometimes the getting started is just by us accepting it. Do you know that you can talk yourself out of a blessing before anybody else gets a chance to? Do you know you can change your mind before anybody else can come and deter you or distract you?
Yes, yes, yes.
And so, God, I need you to confirm for me that thing which you have established within me that I'm supposed to be doing. Successful career transition. Oh, my goodness. All right. New Living Translation. And may the Lord our God show us his approval. Oh, my goodness. And make our efforts successful. Yes, make our efforts successful. This thing that he has established, this thing that he has now confirmed, I want your stamp of approval, because within it, I want to be able to do the thing. I want to be able to do with it what you want me to do with it. Oh my goodness. You know,
Wow. That's good.
For the love of money, right? It's not the money. It's the love of money. So in other words, I can take the money and I can do something good with the money, or I can do something bad with the money. I realized as a young lad growing up in Harlem, New York, that I had a gifting on my life. And I had a conversation with myself, and I said, self, you know, we can use this gift either for good,
yes,
or we can use it for bad. I'm this honest to God's truth. I had this conversation as a young man, because I realized that at an early age, I started my first public speaking was probably around, oh my gosh, around 11, 12 years old. Okay. And I used to shake. I mean, literally shake. If they didn't have a podium, I couldn't do it, because I needed to be able to hide behind the podium so people wouldn't see me shaking. But here we go. That's when it all started. I had wonderful people. God bless the soul of Miss Annie Mae Robinson, who saw something in me at age 12 and pushed me forward. Pushed me forward. But anyway, that thing that he put in me, I realized, number one, that it wasn't just me. And I said, okay, I can use it for good, or I can use it for bad. And my declaration to myself was, we're going to use this for good.
Good.
All right. Except for when I went to the club, you know, and then
we all got those except when.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah, grace and mercy. Grace and mercy.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Good News Translation here says, Lord our God, may your blessings be with us. Give us success. in all we do. He kind of cut to the chase here with the Good News translation and said, hey, God, I just need that blessings, the blessings rather. I just need the blessings to be with me and give me success. And all that I put my hand to do, as long as I don't turn back, I need you to bless it. So now those are just a few translations to give you a concept of what we're looking at when we look at this verse in Psalm 90 and 17. But we're going to stick with tonight the New International Version, which says, may the favor of the Lord our God rest on us. Oh my goodness. I get excited right there. I felt goosebumps right there. Rest on us. Just relax on me, God. Let your favor just stretch out on me. I am but so big, but whatever part of me your favor can rest on and relax on and encompass, go just do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we go. Establish. Here we go. Get that thing started. The work of my hands for me. Yes, establish the work of my hands. Oh my goodness.
That's good stuff.
What is it that you have in your hands? What is it that you have? And can we just break it down a little bit? At your fingertips, what do you have access to? We have these things here, these computers that act like a phone and act like a camera and act like a calendar and act like an alarm clock. It's amazing what this little computer can do. But guess what? At your fingertips, you've got a mighty instrument. I mean, consider what it would be like in 1921 to get the word out, to accomplish things that we're able to accomplish in the way. Look at you all streaming on multiple platforms at the same time.
In different locations. We're not even home. We can be anywhere.
You can be on the beaches of the world and broadcast your focus marathon. So next year, make sure you got a beach somewhere that you're going to lay on and do your focus. Okay. I'm just sewing that into you. Okay.
That's right. Speak it.
Yes. So throwing that into it. All right. So our Bible focus for a successful career transition is favor, in case you haven't figured it out. It's favor. Does anybody want the favor of God on their life?
Yes.
Anybody believe that there's such a thing? I mean, we've just read several instances of it or examples of it. All right, so here we go. Let's do this. Let's define it for those who may be a little unclear. And it's very simple here. It says an unfair advantage, not an unlawful advantage, not an illegal advantage, not an advantage that you cooked up, not an advantage that you paid for, but an unfair advantage. And here we go, since we're talking biblically, an unfair advantage that comes from God. I believe someone once said it like this: the favor of God ain't fair.
Yep.
It ain't fair. It's just, it's righteous, it's pure, but it ain't fair.
Man, so this is good.
If you see somebody and they're walking in favor, don't you dare get mad at them. Go back to Psalm 90, verse 17, and just let it marinate. Let it marinate and sit in it. Sit in it until it sits on you. Ooh, that was good right there.
I don't think people know how good this is. I don't know how people,
it's okay.
People don't know.
They can watch the replay over and over and over till they get it.
But you know what? Look, if you're listening to this right now, pause, get that smartphone out that we were just talking about, and go tell somebody. You say, hey, look, you're supposed to be over here. Put that hot dog down, or bring the hot dog with you, and tell them that Mr. William Craig is starting to get into it. You don't want to miss it. Go ahead and do that, Mr. Craig. Go ahead. I just want them to get a chance to share.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing. All right. So our biblical focus for a successful career transition is focusing on the favor of God.
Mhm.
Woo, man, that's, oh my
This
goodness.
is good. This is
Brother,
good.
brother Mark said baptism, but it's so funny. Our pastor, the illustrious John Kenneth Jenkins Sr., talked about virtual baptisms today, right? Well,
Oh,
he didn't talk
yeah.
about it, but it was mentioned
Right.
during the service today. Virtual baptisms. We're able to look. I'm virtually baptizing some folks in favor today, huh?
Boom.
Come on
Ooh,
now.
I like that.
Come on now. Y'all want to go down? Come on. Go down 3 times. Go down 5 times. You can go down as many times as you want with this one.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Matter of fact, the Bible actually has the word favor in it 145 times.
Ooh.
Mm.
140. And I've given you here on the screen just 50 of them. Because,
Mm.
folks be fact checking you today, Karen.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. Oh, absolutely.
So I just gave them a little taste, right?
Mm-hmm.
50 places where you can find, you can't see it, do the replay, put it on the big screen, you'll be able to read all of them. All right. But the word favor shows up 100. So you go down 145 different times in favor if you want to. All right. Now, here's a question I know is on the hearts and minds of some inquiring folks out there. Well, why is favor important in a career transition?
Mm-hmm.
It would seem obvious to some, but I'm not going to say that. But anyway, see, I got to learn how to filter me. But y'all have to hit the bell or the buzzer or whatever y'all do. Okay. So why is favor important in career transition? If you were with us on Wednesday, one of the things that you remember is that there was a famous William named Shakespeare, and he said, to be essential or not to be essential, that's the question that we got to ask ourselves. Mm-hmm. And as you remember, he was just setting up the layup for me to come behind him hundreds of years later and explain what the B meant, the BE. So, he took his time, but he said, I'm going to keep it short and simple right here. And I'm going to let William Craig III come behind with the slam dunk.
Right.
So y'all
That's
can
right.
get
You
the
got the layup.
fullness, the fullness.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, welcome, Tyrone. I appreciate you, brother. Tyrone said, wait a minute, I'm about to hit the wrong one. Tyrone says, I'm going to start to read those scriptures with favor. Wow.
That's
Tanya's
he gonna
already
fact check you.
receiving it. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Eva's receiving it. Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
Lakina says it's a weapon against the fear, yet strengthen you to be courageous through the process. Oh, she adding dimensions to this thing.
She taking levels, showing some
Look.
levels.
So after you get baptized 145 times in my pool, she get up and go get in another pool and go down in that one and get up and get in another pool and go down. Oh my goodness. All right.
Yeah, this is good. This is good
I love
stuff.
your audience. I love your audience. So our goal was in all relationships to become essential. In all of our relationships, we want to be essential. And the example that we gave was the essential employee. Those are the ones, that's the 20% that if the ship is going down, we got to get rid of 80% of our workforce. The other 20%, the essential, those are the ones we're going to keep. And that's the number you want to be in. Now, how do we do that? How do we become essential? Well, again, last Wednesday we talked about, I can say last week because Sunday is the new week, right? So last week we said, here's how you become essential. A, you meet the known wants and needs of others. And B, you meet the unknown wants and needs of others. And this is how we establish value. Now, here, I'm going to put this to the test because some folks may not have caught it because they're still eating a hot dog and trying to multitask. And I got to tell you, multitasking is the enemy of full engagement. Write that one in your notebook. Okay? Multitasking is the enemy of full engagement. All right? So you meet the known wants and needs and Because it's easy to meet the known wants and needs, but it's meeting those unknown wants and needs. And here's the test. Be in a situation where someone needs you but doesn't want you. Guess what? They're going to keep you around.
Mm.
Now,
Okay, unpack
conversely,
that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
now conversely, be in a situation where somebody wants you but they don't need you.
Okay.
What's going to happen? You gone. You out of there. Okay. Yeah, I want you, but I don't really need you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I need you. I don't like you a whole lot. Matter of fact, I can't stand you. But you know
Right.
what? I need you. So you're essential.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Woo! Man, I tell you, this
Unfair
is
advantage.
me. I'm gonna watch the replay. Okay. All right, here we go. So we establish our value. And someone says, well, since this is a biblical focus, can you give me an example where I can see what that looks like?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, Antonio, I knew that's what you were thinking.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I included this one. Joseph,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like the PowerPoint got a little drunk there, but Joseph became essential because of God's favor.
Yes.
Joseph became essential. In the first verse, it talks about here. Let me zoom in for you for a minute here. In the first verse, it talks about Joseph found favor in his sight. He ministered to him and he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had, he put into his hand. Now we're talking about Potiphar right there. Potiphar. But then as we keep reading, but the Lord was with Joseph and showed him steadfast love and gave him favor. Here we go. There's that word again. In the sight of the keeper of the prison. Man, why is this so exciting to me? Because what it says to me is that we can have favor whether times are good or times are bad. Woo! Our favor is not predicated on the situation that we are in.
Absolutely.
And this is where many of us go astray because we want to look at our situation. I keep wanting to say that situation. And we judge our favor, the favor that God has on our life based on the situation that we're in. Nay. Joseph had the favor of God when he was cool with Potiphar. Matter of fact, Joseph had so much favor, Potiphar's wife was like, I want some of that. And Joseph was like, can't touch this. No.
Uh-oh.
Huh? And
you know what, man?
And what happened? He ended up doing the right thing. Oh my goodness. Let me hit that for just a minute, because I got a feeling somebody's watching this. And they've done the right thing and it landed them in hot water. They've done the right thing. They were the upstanding. They took the high road and still the other folks came low. Oh my goodness. And I need you to understand that it doesn't matter. It does not matter what the situation is. When you have the favor of God in your life, when he establishes something, when he carves out a space for you, when he gives you your lane, can't nobody do what you do the way you do what you do when you do it.
That's a good point. That's a good point right there.
Yep.
And so here we have Joseph, even in the prison, doing the thing that God called him to do. Oh my goodness. See, because some of us, we just shut down. We just say, oh man, God's left me. Here we go. First of all, you have my own brethren hate me and want to kill me. And I look, I'm sorry. My urban colloquialism slip out every now and then.
That's okay.
I understand it.
Here we go. I ain't do nothing to them.
Right, right,
All I was
Nothing.
trying to do, no, that's Noffin. Nothing.
right,
I ain't do
right.
nothing to them. All I was trying to do was please my Father. Oh my goodness. How many of us are just trying to please our Heavenly Father?
Mm-hmm.
And there are the haters that come along nipping at our heels. And what I got to help you understand is you can't shut down. Even in the prison, Joseph rose to the occasion and he used the gifting, the favor that was on his life. Oh my good. This is good. I could stay there for a half hour, but then we would be 7 minutes over, and I don't want to do that to you all. So here we go. God's favor will not only open, you ready for this? But it will create doors that don't exist. See, because why do I bring this up? Because again, as humans, so many of us, we quote the scripture, and it sounds good. For we walk by faith and not by sight. But how many of y'all know that, truth be told, we want to see something? You need to show me. We Jerry Maguire, show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the honey. Right? And when you have the favor of God on your life, it's not only going to open a door, because we'll say that like, oh, he'll open doors. Yes, he will open doors. He even promised to open the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing. Man, that must be some kind of blessing that you need multiple windows in order to pour it out of. Can you picture that for a minute? A house with multiple windows and just stuff just running out of all the windows at the same time on you. The blessing, the favor of God.
That's powerful.
Oh my goodness. Tyrone said, Joseph stayed true despite being behind bars. Now that is focus. And what I'm saying, Tyrone, is that same focus is available to you today. Oh my goodness. Akina said, won't he do it? Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Huh? You got to say it like they say. Yes, he will. All right. And here we go. What did Tyrone say? And he recognized God's favor. Oh my goodness. It's William with no S though, just FYI. Okay. Appreciate that. All right. Love you, man. All right. So it's going to open doors. Yes. But it's going to create some doors. Antonio and I had a wonderful conversation. We spent time, that brothers don't always do, not to brag or to boast, but to just share stuff. And I shared with him how God created opportunity for me, where I had a situation in a work setting where I had something, matter of fact, a couple of things. Number one, I had a situation where I went to resign and the director refused to accept my letter of resignation. I had never had that happen before. Every other time I went to quit a job, they're like, okay, see you, thanks.
They said, what took you so long?
Okay, we knew it was just a matter of time, right? But here I was saying, hey, I want to move on and do something else. And he said, no, I can't accept it. Take some time off on me. Think about it. When I came back, even though I still resigned as an employee, they kept me on as a contractor. That was a door that didn't exist. I didn't see that. And then went on to have other doors created, working in a job, and someone out of the blue sends me an email and says, hey, I'd like to talk to you about an opportunity. And a legitimate opportunity, a 5-year contract. It creates doors, y'all. Creates doors that don't exist. Man, I hope I'm blessing somebody today. If I'm blessing you, would you just put a 1 in the chat? Just drop a 1 and let me know this is blessing you, because I don't want to waste your time. I'm going to watch the replay.
You blessing us over here.
Oh, my goodness. All righty. So let's go on here. So we got how many more? 19 minutes. So here we go. What I realized was that I had to shift my own focus. And oh my goodness, the ones that they're making it rain, Antonio. I watched that on a movie. That's how I know that saying.
Hey, I was going to ask you, I said, no, where did you get
Yeah.
that
See, I
from?
already got you. I know I got you, brother. Yeah. Anyway, I had to shift my own focus and trying to understand what I'm supposed to do as it relates to this favor piece. And I'm about to bring, as our pastor would say, about to bring my plane in for a landing, and we can have some dialogue. But did you know? And this is put out by Forbes magazine. They report that studies show, on average, women are still being compensated 20% or more less than men with similar education, experience, and qualifications. Did y'all know that? That there is inequity in the rate of pay for women versus men doing the same job, having the same skill set, having the same experience. And this is one of those things that really jumped out at me as I began to work with women in my chosen career field, the one in which I'm called as a career transition coach, that so many of them were complaining about the fact that they didn't want to go into a position and have to take less money. And it was deafening to me because I wasn't hearing the guys say that. That wasn't one of their big three fears. And so in doing the research, if you'll recall from last week, that was another one of the things that we needed to do to stay focused within our own realm and our sphere of being able to do what we do, was to do the research, to survey the marketplace. And so in doing the research, found out Forbes magazine put this information out. But here we go. There's something called the Equal Pay Day campaign. The Equal Pay Day campaign. It was established, as you can see on the screen here, by a group of folks who are against the gender gap in wages. In other words, they believe that women should be paid equally as men. And what they did was they actually have figured out. Now, I'm telling you, there's some folks who talk about crunching the numbers. They actually whittled down the facts to determine how long it takes in the course of a year for a woman's pay to catch up with a man. Are you interested in knowing what that information looks like? Okay. Well, since you all, Karen and Antony, since you're interested, I'll share. And here we go. And I just want to go over here real quick for this one. They say that women still earn vastly less than men for all women. For all women. March 21st. So we all start out January 1. But if we take women as a group, it takes women as a group till March 24th for their earnings to catch up with a man. All right, that's statistic number one. Number two, here we go. If you are an Asian American or Pacific Islander woman, in 2021, that date was actually March 9th. So y'all do a little bit better than the average woman, March 9th. Now, here we go. You ready for this? The biggest holiday next to Christmas, Mother's Day. Women who are mothers have to work until May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo, to earn as much as their male colleagues. Somebody ought to type SMH in the chat. That stands for shaking my head, by the way. Cinco de Mayo. So you see all them people out there dancing Cinco de Mayo. It's not because they're celebrating Cinco de Mayo. They celebrate, hey, I finally made it. I finally got enough money. And here we go. And here's the part that's really sad. So if you're a Black woman, you have to wait until August 3rd. If you're a Native American woman, you got to wait till September 8th. And if you are a Latina woman, you have to wait till October 21st before your bank account will show as an equal number to your male counterparts. Now, what do you all have to say about this?
It's a travesty.
Antonio, you gonna stay silent? Don't you dare stay silent on this issue when you got a working woman sitting next to you.
I'm gonna stay silent.
No, you can't do that.
You know what? I want to study that data a little further. I think.
You know what? Look at this brother.
No. I mean, I think women they making great strides today.
Oh, they're going to send it. What's your email address, Antonio?
I'm not putting it out there. I'm just saying, this was the conversation. I mean, because there was research that showed, there was this Google research where it showed that when they did that study, they did a study to see if there was, being paid equally, that they had to end up refunding or giving the men money to catch up to the women that were being in the pay. So I don't really know. That's what you're doing the presentation. I'm gonna stay quiet on this one because I don't know all the information on that one.
Good answer. So here we go. I gotta tell you that the data suggests that yes, women have made great strides. They've made great strides, but I have to tell you that there's still an imbalance. And when we look across the board, that imbalance exists. And these numbers, while they here we go. That study was done last year. I'm going to tell you this, and this is my own opinion. I don't think they've made up the gender gap in the last 12 months. I'll just put it that way. So even if the number is off a little bit, at the end of the day, I think most people will still agree that on average, women still earn less than their male counterparts, all things being equal, all other things being equal.
Yeah, okay. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the chat on that one.
Well, I can tell you right now, here we go. Well, first of all, Eva's burning up. Eva's just like, she's like, I'm really not having this.
Those numbers didn't help her.
Tyrone said sad, right? What Lakina said, it's a disgrace and embarrassing. Here we go, talk about American democracy, right? And then she says, it's been an issue and we have work to do. I love that. Accountability. And then Tyrone says, we aren't talking about women collectively. Okay. Oh, aren't we talking? I'm sorry. I misread that. Aren't we talking about? Yes. Thank you. Yes, we are. A few more comments. Eva says, it's atrocious that this is the value society places on a woman's worth. Oh, no worries, Tyrone. We're good.
You're talking about the S?
So no. I'll just, he said that was actually directed at you, but thank you, my brother. But
I'm not even looking at the chats today, man. I'm like,
yeah, that's all right. That's all right. You'll get the emails. Those that know Antonio's email, y'all send him an email. Help him understand what's going on out here.
No, it's just for conversation. It makes good conversation.
No, this is not for good conversation. This is, as Lakita said, this is about the work we have to do. Because when I looked at this, and in all seriousness, when I looked at this, and I looked at the other things that I hear so often from the women that I work with about the lack of confidence, about how they're being ghosted. And yes, men get ghosted too. But again, and it may be simply because I work with more women than men. But at the end of the day, the challenges of going into a new role, it seems to be taking its toll on women of all ages and stages. And here we go. I decided I needed to do something about it.
What you gonna do
So,
about it?
one more study, the National Bureau of Economic Research. The authors suggest two possible reasons why older female job seekers specifically face more age discrimination than males. Age discrimination laws do less to protect older women who may suffer from both age and sex discrimination. And number two, based on earlier research, they say physical appearance matters more for women since age detracts more from physical appearance for women than for men.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah. Wow. You could say that backwards. Wow. Okay. So, we're coming up on what, just about 7.5 minutes left. But as I mentioned, I decided I wanted to do something. And so I asked myself, I said, self, how can I help? What can I do? And so here's the answer that I gave you all on Wednesday is that we got to seek new opportunities to serve. And again, PowerPoint was drinking something, got a little screwy there, but y'all can read it.
Oh,
Seek
that's
new
funny.
opportunities to serve.
Mhm.
And so here's something that's going to be launched. Are you ready for this? This has not been announced publicly anywhere. So, I mean, cheeks and cheeks, y'all getting this hot
Thank
off
you.
the proverbial press.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But as of July 5th, Tuesday, July 5th, this little kid from Harlem is going to be launching the Woman of Favor 5-day challenge. Woman of Favor in the job market. 5-day challenge. It's a free challenge to help women aged 35 to 55. Now, if you're older or younger, you're welcome. If you're a guy and you know you're a guy, you're not trying to be something else, you're welcome as well. All right. I know it's okay. But here we go. We want to help you discover how to achieve equity in the marketplace through favor. And favor is an acronym, as you see there, indicated by the little periods behind each letter. I'm not going to reveal what that is. If I did that, I'd have to charge you. Okay. But because
Come
you're
on
my
now.
friends, yes, he's Eva. Wait a minute, I got Eva said, did he say FREE free? Yes, Eva, that was no mistake. The man said it's free, it's in writing, it's on your screen. Starting now, the challenge is going to take place on July 25th. That's when the challenge begins. But the doors are going to open up on Tuesday, July the 5th. So you'll have, well, the doors close on the 23rd. So you'll have some time. But the Woman of Favor in the job market, and I got to tell you, we're going to have a whole series of Woman of Favor challenges to help you to get to that place of favor that God has called and ordained you to be. And it's going to be an exciting time. I'm going to be giving away the gems, the jewels, the nuggets, as Antonio likes to say, not the chicken nuggets.
Not the chicken nuggets. We don't want no chicken
Who
nuggets.
knows? I might go out there and get some Chick-fil-A coupons and give away. I don't know. Just so we can give away all kinds of nuggets. But it goes live. And what's the web address? Thank you for asking. It's womanoffavorchallenge.com. That's woman of favor. Don't you want to be a woman of favor, Karen?
Oh, absolutely. And I am.
Whoa.
Come on now. Come on. He didn't stay quiet on that one, did he?
You better not.
Hey, look, man.
But here we go. In all seriousness, I believe it's time. Here, I'll drop another one on you, because I'm going to have a podcast just for women. And I'm saying it's the number one podcast for women hosted by a man. How you like that tagline?
Look at this. I love it.
The number
I
one
love it.
podcast for women hosted by a
That's the
man.
vibe, man.
Huh?
Interesting.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. When
Very
is
So
this
interesting.
starting? When is this starting?
why why you're not interested in helping the cause here? No, I'm teasing you. Look,
Hey, I know you are,
you
man.
got to stay tuned. All right. Come to the
All right.
challenge. Sign up for the challenge. All righty.
That's
Five
I love it.
days, 5 days, beginning Monday, July 25th. We're going in, and we're going to help women across this country and hopefully around the world to walk in the favor that God has bestowed already, as Karen said, is already bestowed upon them in the job market, so they can walk in that favor in the job market.
I love it.
And
Amen.
with that, I just want to say thank you again. We do a lot of cutting up here and ribbing each other. Thank you, Eva, for that, ribbing each other. But that's because we're friends and we can do that. And I know that I'm not going to say anything that's going to offend them, and I'm not going to say anything offensive in the first place. But nothing that I say is going to get twisted and bent out of shape. But it's a wonderful thing when brother and sister, and I don't know if that's a word or not, can come together in unity.
I use that word. I think it is.
Okay. UNITY. Y'all remember that?
Uh-huh.
Look at Karen. She stuck her tongue out on that one. Look, I just want to say one more thing too, because we
Yes.
got about a minute
Yes.
and a half left.
Yes.
You all, there was just a great lineup coming into these 14 days. Man, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'm talking about a 5 day. These young folks have put together 2 glorious weeks of information, of power packed information and informational sessions with guest speakers that have something to say that can contribute to your life. If this is the very first of these sessions that you're watching, please, ma'am, please, sir, go back and just binge watch. You binge watch a lot of foolishness. Binge watch this, the Focus Marathon, sponsored by the Cheeks Group. They're not even going to charge you anything. And come on down to where the favor is. The favor is. The favor lives in focus. The favor lives in focus. And as
Wow.
you focus on the various areas of your life that they're going to be covering, your fitness, your health, your money, your relationships, your career transition, as you begin to focus, watch and see how the favor of God is going to rest on your life.
Amen.
Amen.
That's a
Man,
good
that was
word.
awesome.
Good
That was
word.
awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you for all the accolades. Thank you for all the support, man. You really are a trooper, a stand-up guy. So we thank you and appreciate you. I hope you understand what kind of information y'all are getting here. Uh, this is free stuff, and I know he gets contracted to say these things for a fee, and I know his fee. So this this is no joke. So, but I hope you are really enjoying this. If this is your first time stumbling across this, maybe you're listening to this live. If you're listening to it recorded, if you have not, go ahead and if it's been value to you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. So as new things come up, you're able to make sure you're getting it. Hit the bell notification as well. Everything supports us, helps us, even though this is a free marathon. Those little gestures like a subscription, subscribing to the broadcast, stuff like that really helps us. If anything, it lets us know that our work is not in vain. Is not in vain. So if you could do that, please go ahead and do that. Next, oh man, coming up in the next week, we got something on. Man, we got so much stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Stuff on education. We got a panel discussion. Hey, you want to come back, William? You want to come back for that too? We have a panel discussion around education. What should kids be focusing on during the summer months? When they have their downtime. Some information that It's going to be helpful for parents and for kids. Have the kids come on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they can listen to it and gather some stuff from educator. We're going to have an administrator, an educator, and a nonprofit individual on a panel talking about that. We still have another. We got to focus on, while you're in business, what should you be focusing on in your business? We have that guy, one of your favorite guys, William, the millionaire, is coming back.
Okay.
He's coming back, man. He's
Just
coming
let me
back.
know when the house party is. That's all I want to know.
Yes. He's coming back. So look out for that.
We're talking about relationships,
Relationship.
primarily marriage in the early years, and then longevity. We're talking about singleness. We're talking about parenting. We're just hitting. We're hitting a lot.
It sounds like you're covering the whole man. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And we're man. Go ahead.
I just got to acknowledge, Eva. Thank you. She shared in the chat here that this was relevant for her because of where she is in her life right now, and I'm just saying thank you, Eva, for allowing me to sow into you. And Tyrone says he's a first-time listener, and yes, it was extremely valuable. And he's saying thank you. Much love to brother and sister Cheeks. So thank you, Tyrone. Thank you. Lakina also says, thank you all. The career tips and inspiration, all phenomenal. So just want to acknowledge your kind words. And hey, look, again, I appreciate the opportunity to share.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you again for coming back for your second time during this marathon. We so appreciate you. Holiday weekend. We love you. We appreciate you. And we pray that God continues to restore back to you all that you've poured out to us and more. And we're looking forward to hearing how this Women of Favor challenge goes. I think I'll be signing up. So don't be surprised to see my name.
I'll be expecting to see your name. And here we go. God will do exceeding abundantly above all that we can ask or think, through the power that worketh in us.
Amen.
See y'all tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Take care, y'all. Thank you, Mr. Craig. Thank you.